Hey, we're Dehd.
And you are listening to WNXP
91.1.
There's a hole in my window. I was wondering how the rain was getting in. Was it from all this crying? Or was it from heaven? This is gonna be the last time, yeah. In an attempt to rip my heart from this place in the past, makes me want to destroy myself. I was losing when I look at her. Blue skies, there's a hole in my window. I was wondering how the rain was getting in. Was it from all this crying? Or was it from When will I feel it? Will I believe it when I do? Blue skies, blue skies, blue skies, blue Stars above, I get too much. My mind ain't strong enough on me. I can't keep up. My heart ain't strong enough. Rock, baby, rock, 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 my baby. Top, 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 get to top, get to the stars above. Stars above. Dance, baby, dance, 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 my baby. Strong to the toes, you know, gotta go loose. Hey, you got nothing left to lose.
I'm Justin. This is the WNXP Sonic Cathedral, and we're here with Dehd.
Hi,
Hello.
Justin.
Hi. Could you introduce yourself, both of yourselves?
I am Jason
I'm
from Dehd.
Emily from Dehd.
How did you two meet?
Well,
At a house show.
yeah, playing lots of shows. Emily was living in Atlanta. I was living in Chicago. Eric was living in Chicago. And we just played a lot of shows together. We met on tour while she was on tour.
And did you convince Emily to move to Chicago?
No.
Not really, actually. It was just
Yeah.
kind of like easy.
Fate convinced me to move to Chicago, and then Dehd just happened later.
Sick.
Yeah.
This album is Blue Skies, and in some interviews you have mentioned that Dolly Parton is an influence. We love Dolly Parton here, of course. Is this true, and how?
Yeah, actually, that's only true because people keep asking me what my influences are, but so I'm forced to come up with an answer. Dolly's obviously a goddess, but I don't really. My true influences, if I had to say for like all of time, is actually Britney Spears and Neutral Milk Hotel and Can. That's like how I learned to sing. So I feel like I should say that, but people often want me to like corner it into some specific person. But Dolly's amazing. She does a lot of like storytelling. She does a lot of interesting yelps and yips and like can do a lot of stuff with her voice, and she's a boss businesswoman.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't been in Dolly World yet, but I really want to go.
I've also heard that she is completely tatted underneath her sleeves.
I've heard that too.
Is this true?
It's a secret, I guess.
And she's a lesbian.
We're learning a lot
Which
here
is
Who are we to
cool.
say?
about
Yeah.
Dolly Parton.
No, I mean that would be sick.
But I do love the like Venn diagram of Britney Spears, Neutral Milk Hotel, and Can.
Yeah, that explains my. Well, it almost explains my whole. It's like German krautrock, pure pop diva stuff with like a little bit of baby, and then Neutral Milk is like underground cult following indie, but then there's also like club music, which isn't represented in that Venn. But I don't know which thing to. Right now, I'm obsessed with Flume.
Eiffel 65.
Yeah, no. Jason was like, we should cover Blue. I was like, I don't know.
I think it's time for a
I think
comeback.
there's only like
Very
one
seriously.
sentence.
I mean, it just takes like one band to like do the cover to have like a kind of critical reanalysis.
Totally.
Yeah.
You could be that for Eiffel 65. I mean, it was a major hit, and I think that we are ready.
Okay.
Me too.
All right.
It's been co-signed here in the cathedral.
I'm sorry, we're pushing this
We'll
agenda.
bring it to management.
You both talked about on this album really honing in on what you do well musically. What is that?
Well, I play guitar, but actually on this one I played less guitar than I probably have ever played. So it's knowing when not to play for me.
I think Jason should come back with more guitar on the next record. So I miss his guitar, but he laid into his vocal performances a little more. I noticed, and I don't know. Every album we just try more stuff out. We polish up a little bit more. It's not really like we're not trying to reinvent the wheel, but yeah. I don't know. Harmonies were more. I was like, maybe we'll look at more harmonies this time.
Mm-hmm. And we've been kind of doing everything ourselves for so long, recording and everything. So it's just like incidentally we just get better at it every time and like learn along the way. And like each record is like a big learning process. So
Yeah.
So it's like every lesson that we learned before is just like carried with us to the next thing. So it's just like a constant conversation with where we've been, where we're trying to go.
Yeah. And it's like we all try to like, I think we're like whatever each one of us is into during a record phase, we like encourage like, okay, yeah, you want to try that out? Like go for it. And then we support each other in whatever random thing we're interested in being influenced by or trying out, or like, I mean, this is probably not cool to anyone else, but we put like a cymbal on the album, and it was like we've never had a cymbal, and you can't even hear it, and it was just like, like it's really stupid. But and then we have like a keyboard or whatever's that, Wurlitzer,
Whatever that keyboard
whatever
is.
that thing is, the opening of the album and this epic keyboard.
We just
thing.
bang around on a lot of stuff. We're like, oh, I think that thing makes music over there.
But Jason said this morning that next record we're gonna record on GarageBand, so.
Yeah,
we're
we're
gonna
going
go
back
down.
to basics.
We're gonna go down the ladder.
with the laptop
Just really piss
microphone, the
everyone
built-in
off.
mic.
Yeah.
Just like a really huge,
I think we
noisy
should.
something.
That would be fun.
Yeah.
What like as a producer, like of course, like you're learning more. What do you think was the like what do you think like was the most definitive jump from Flower of Devotion to Blue Skies?
I think more so just like confidence using like fancy stuff.
Mm.
Like I like made the mistake of reading a lot of gear forums before this one,
Yeah,
which it wasn't really a mistake. I'm glad I got it out of the way because I went through the whole arc of like you can't make a record without this like $10,000 Neumann mic, and then I was like, oh, that like none of this matters. It's all like I'm like, who is this person in this empty anonymous chat that's telling me this? And then so like I went through the whole emotional like roller coaster, and then it was like we just make good songs, so it doesn't really matter what the gear is, and we just have to like listen because that's what we are best at, I think.
Yeah, and we have more time. To me, that was the only difference of this record. The main not the only difference. The main difference was that we just gave ourselves more time.
It's like play and
Simply.
experiment.
Yeah, like rather than like doing it in 4 days, we took a month. So it was like, oh, we don't have to like have panic attacks about anything, and we can like make mistakes even more openly, and like doesn't matter. Like a lot of the pressure was taken off. It was nice.
Like we used to record in our practice space, and like so you'd have to like cut a vocal take, and then like metal band would start playing, so you like have to wait for them to finish their song, and then you're like, all right, we gotta like sing this 2-minute song.
Which is good. I mean, it trains you to be an elite
Totally. There used to be like
musician,
80s
athlete. But
hair metal band that would practice down from us, so it would be like there's probably like distant like Jesse's Girl in the background of something if you like
oh, for sure.
had a microscope that could listen to a record song.
Yeah.
Someone's like, I hear Jesse's Girl way back there. Like,
I'm getting a little influence in
playing
here that I
that?
never picked up before.
Emily, with your vocals being like so, I really love them in the way that they're like aspirational. Like it's like you really are like going for it, you know?
That's a good word for it.
Do you like? Does that take the lead, or are you like? Are you like writing behind that? Are you following the like the instrumentals behind the lead of the vocals, or are you like laying down instrumentals and you're like, how can I do the most insane thing possible?
I mean, I think we all. I can't speak for Eric, but hi, Eric.
Are you filming us?
Hey, little hoe. Can I say hoe on the radio?
Yeah.
I'm bringing back the word hoe bag. I'm reclaiming it. Eric is not that though. The precious angel. But anyways, we are always aspiring to do the most insane thing possible. I think all three of us, most of the time when we're either recording or choosing a part or playing. Or I mean, I know me and Jason do that. I don't know if Eric does that. Eric, what do you think? You do that? Do you do the most insane thing possible? Okay, no. So I just want to. So
Eric says
Eric
no.
plays
You
insane.
gotta have somebody.
Yeah,
control,
Eric is
you know,
helping us
the
stay on the
control
planet.
Man.
But yeah, no, we bounce off each other. We do co-lead vocals, and we share the space and like kind of dance around the sounds. And I don't really know what comes first. It's just sort of like if one of us has something, we'll follow that person.
Probably changes
support.
each song.
Yeah, it changes around, and sometimes it could start as a Jason song, and then it turns into an Emily song. It's never really one or the other, but it's whoever is singing, I guess, the most or the loudest, maybe.
For Blue Skies, is Blue Skies like Blue Skies are currently happening, or Blue Skies, or we're hoping for Blue Skies?
Both, yeah.
Both always, I guess.
Yeah, it's kind of like, well, the idea is like if you're from Chicago or if you lived in Chicago a while, you know the gray winters and how long they are. And then it was like gray winter plus pandemic. That was like epic. And then it was like that first day that I know everyone can relate to, where it's like the sky stops being gray and it's blue.
Oh my God, yes.
The temperature starts shifting. Everyone's like, we're going outside, and then everyone's just like manically happy together.
Yes.
And one of the reasons I stayed in Chicago so long was because of the summers. Obviously, like they're amazing, and everybody coming together. So it was just sort of like, okay, there's still a blue sky coming. The gray winter is ending, you know, and the blue skies always do kind of come back. But it's just sort of like a euphoric feeling when you see a blue sky, no matter what. But my thought behind it was Chicago-based a little bit.
Totally.
Yeah.
I mean, in Milwaukee, there was like, I remember the first day,
you know.
last year, there was like, guys will bring out like a classic car, And I'm like, I'm not a car guy, but I'm like, when you see some guy bring out the 1950s drop top, driving it through on a sunny blue day for the first time, you're like,
It's
baby,
here,
it's
dude. Yeah.
here.
This is a very Midwest conversation. People in the South are like, what are you fucking talking about?
I'm like,
I grew
oh.
up in Atlanta, so I'm like, yeah, there's not, it rains a lot and
Mm-hmm.
then traffic is bad, but there's not endless gray. But yeah, the blue skies. That's why I moved to New Mexico recently, because the skies are pretty much always blue, and I was like, great. I don't need to take my depression meds anymore.
Base layer happiness.
Yeah, I just wake up and I'm like, cool.
That is the thing. When it's gray 60% of the year, you're like,
You're fucked up.
I remember being like, if I move somewhere sunny, would I be happy all the time?
You would.
You would.
You know that Broad City episode when she has the it's the one about the gray, and she has the little sunlight thing. Do you know what I'm talking about?
No.
It's so funny. I'm sure the listeners know what I'm talking about.
I've been noticing this with hats, where if I have a hat on and then I take it off, I'm like, oh, there's a whole world out there.
I can see it.
It's more recent.
Last question for each of you. What is the last song that you couldn't stop listening to? It can be Eiffel 65 because we're going to play it on the radio.
It'll be The Dress by Dijon.
Oh, my God. Yes. And why?
I listened to it. I was just on a trip home 2 days ago, and we listened to it 4 times in a row. When we're like, should we just listen to the whole record? And then we listened to that 3 times.
Oh, my God. Did you watch the video?
Yeah, I'm obsessed.
Unreal.
Okay, mine's definitely Flume. I'm obsessed with the hottest person in the world. But there's a song, I think it's called Never Be Like You, and there's a remix that's so incredible, and I don't know who remixed it, and I think the girl singer's name is Kai. She's like, never be like you. It's so good. And the remix is you're listening to it when there's a good remix, you're like, okay, and then something hits and you're like, damn, oh my God. And every time I'm like, fuck, it's so good. So that's what I've been listening to.
Wow, love that.
Yeah.
All right, this is Dehd in the Sonic Cathedral at WNXP. Bye.
See ya.